What is going on, y'all? Today we're going to be doing some quick analysis here on USDCAD. Definitely not going to be looking to trade anything or get into any other trades this week, just because it's short trading week. All the banks being on holiday and everything like that. But I am going to continue to let my Euro USD trade ride. I don't really want to close it down right now, just because of the where it is right now and structured based on my rules about closing down trades. So I'm gonna let that one ride throughout the week, through the holidays and everything like that. But we're just gonna get started here on the USD CAD, and we're gonna pop out to the weekly. Start on the weekly as we always do. All right. On the weekly, you can see we have nice. This over here. The weekly, we can see this. Yeah, I got lines all over the place. Just doing some back testing on CAD norm. But so weekly, we can see 1, 2. If I pull this out, up to the bottom, you can also see 1, 2, 3 touch to the top, right, of this overall ascending channel that we're seeing with the weekly. And if we're looking at the CAD in the past, we saw a nice impulse, ascending correction, impulse, right? So what are we expecting with this ascending channel that we're seeing right now? Same type of thing, but one, price doesn't have to do anything. It can do whatever it wants because the market is only a conglomerate of all the traders in it at that time. So no moment in the market will ever be the same. And two, we're getting a little bit different price pattern here at the end of this ascending channel than we got at the end of the other one. And that we can see on the daily here, we're getting more of this descending wedge type pattern, descending squeeze type pattern. We're seeing 1, 2 touches at the bottom, and then 1, 1, 2, and I'll just 3 touches at the top, right? So we got that third touch at the top of this descending correction, and now we seem to be pushing back lower to the downside, right? We could get another touch, and I'm going to put this back on. We could get another touch of this channel right here, or this more squeezing wedge pattern at this area before ultimately pushing higher and pushing out of the pattern and completing this pattern if that's what price wants to do, right? And then we could see a break to the downside if that's what price wants to do. Just looking at long-term predictions here. We could also see price continue higher above the completion of the pattern to this area. This would also be a good area to possibly look for sell opportunities if that's what price wants to do, right? And a break down lower, or price could come up here if it wants to. And again, another great area to look for a sell from. Same type of deal. Or price could honestly keep pushing higher if it wants to and come in line with another touch of this weekly ascending trend line, top of this weekly ascending, and before pushing lower, if that's what price ultimately wants to do, if price ultimately wants to push lower. Or price could just continue in the way that's, if price wants to break out of this descending pattern, it could just continue higher and higher and higher. At that point, we flip our bias, and we look for another opportunity, next best good opportunity that fits our plan to get involved, right? Because trend lines are just a guide. The most important thing is the price action, price structure, everything like that. So going down now, going down now to the 4 hour and looking at what we have now on the 4 hour, we can see more of this type of pattern, or this descending type pattern, right inside this descending pattern. And we also recently just came around this area where price moved off this, it's not the overall double bottom within the daily pattern, but it is a double bottom area, and it's a high, it's definitely I would say, a higher time frame momentum double bottom area, judging by how price moved off the area and the volume and the momentum that price had when it moved off. So if I just zoom in for a little bit, we can see price moved off very strongly, corrected, moved off very strongly, just kind of they just kind of worked their orders a little bit, and then they pushed higher again, right? What I mean by working orders is, the same way that you don't really, well, you could use market orders, but a lot of people like to use limit orders, higher time frame, and smart money. They like to use limit orders as well, just to make sure that they're not paying too high of a price to, get to the ultimate target. And ultimately, they know that putting all of the money that they have in the market at once will do, can cause a lot of market shocks, a lot of like sharp price movements. They ultimately don't want to see either. So they'll do what's called, excuse me. So they'll do what's called working the order. So, they'll push it higher, let it correct back a little bit, push it higher again, let it correct back a little bit, and then push it higher again, right? And that's ultimately what we saw here. And this was an area that they were working their orders from. So this is why, this is definitely a good area to look from. If price were to come back lower, we could get a move off of this double bottom area, break out of this descending correction that we're seeing right now, and then ultimately push higher. And it also comes in line too with the completion of this 4-hour descending channel. We see 1, 2, 3 touches of the bottom, right? So that makes sense as well. We could also see price push past this area, come to the trend line like we were talking about on the daily. We'll come down to this double bottom area as we were talking about on the daily, and before push higher, right? And at that point, it would kind of form just more of an extension of this descending channel, or it could get there impulsively. It's really just about how price reacts around the trend line and the double bottom area. It's kind of the most important thing. I'm not going to let an impulsive move down to the area put me off. I'm going to look at, price structure and see how price reacts around the area to see, what is a good opportunity, what I think is a good opportunity, stuff like that. And if any opportunities fit my plan, so that's what we're looking right now on the daily. On the 4-hour. You can also see, 1, I guess 2, but we're just going to count it as 1, 3. 2 touches at the top, right? Of this 4-hour descending channel that we're seeing right now. And so then if we boil down to the 1 hour, we're going to take a look at, does price possibly have the opportunity to go a little bit earlier, which it always does. But what I'm saying is, if it's trying to go earlier, is it showing its hand that it's trying to go earlier? It's kind of showing its wants to go earlier. And now, coming in a few ways, especially with what we're getting right now, we could see price move up, hover around the trend line, and then push out. That would be one way that the market could be showing its hand. The price is ready to go earlier. We could see, if we boil down to the 1 hour and boil down a little bit, we could see price kind of just trickle down to this area and fill this wick. If you remember the previous video we posted, I mentioned, wick filling being good for, getting things like liquidity in the market, filling liquidity in the market. And it kind of, apologize for that, y'all. I'm very tired. And it kind of makes sense just because we see this strong impulsive move up and then we see this wick down here. And so we could see, price fill this wick, move off higher, hover around here, and then ultimately break out again. That's another way that price could be showing us that's ready to go early. If it wants to move higher, ultimately, we don't know. Or price could kind of trickle up, complete this flag pattern that we're seeing right here, where we got 1, 2, this would be third touch, and then a break lower, Maybe I'll hover around here and then a break lower again. That's how I know that, again, letting the market, not know, but just let the market show its hand in that sense and show me what it wants to do. So if price wants to kind of trickle up here, that's not an area that I would want to take a risk entry from, because again, I want the market to kind of show me its hand, because price could ultimately just kind of trickle down, touch here again, and then push higher, hover around this area, and ultimately break higher. Right? That's always a possibility, and anything is a possibility within the market. Getting back into reading trading in the zone is one thing that I'm starting to use in my daily trading affirmations. And that's something I would definitely recommend to anybody out there that's just getting started. Um, One, read trading in the zone, and then from reading trading in the zone and what you learn from it, right, what I call like daily trading affirmations. A lot of people will call it daily trading affirmations. I'm not the only one that does this. But basically, you just write certain things that ingrain into your subconscious and your belief system that, the market is one, indifferent to you. Two, all the market does is produce information that presents opportunities, and those opportunities may confine to your edge or they may not. And all you can worry about doing is worrying about giving your, edge or your strategy, whatever you want to call it, a big enough sample size to work out. So, it's just making sure that you stay neutral within the market. Understand that the market doesn't really care about you. The market isn't out there to hurt you. The market isn't out there to take your money from you or give you money. The market isn't out there to help you out either. The market gives money to the people that stay neutral and takes money to the people that approach it with an ego or emotions. So just approach the market with the idea that anything can happen in the market, so everything can happen in the market, right? It's kind of like Murphy's Law, right? One of my trading affirmations is actually like essentially Murphy's Law, where I say anything that can happen in the market, any and everything that can happen in the market will happen in the market. So I need to stay, open to the now moment opportunity flow and understand that each moment in the market is different than any previous moment in the market. Because again, going back to what I said in the past, in the beginning of this video, the market is only a conglomerate of all the traders that are in it at that time, right? And since no trader, like there will never be the same traders, and also those traders have to act the same way that they did in the past, now in the future. And that's never going to happen, right? And since no trader will ever, it's not going to ever be the same traders in the market at the same time, every time, doing the same thing in the past. Market, any market conditions will never be the same. You have to understand that, you have to be comfortable with that and accept that. The sooner you accept that, the more open you are to all the opportunities that are present within the market, right? So that's kind of what I'm trying to say with this video. Definitely trying to stay on the ball and be open to all the opportunities that might present themselves in the market, and the areas where I will be looking to see if my edge or my strategy is presenting a good opportunity to get involved. This has been a good, a short breakdown on the USDCAD. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it provided some value to somebody. Again, just want to make sure that we're out here documenting our journey so we can watch our progression and look back on it, be proud of it, and see all the improvements that we made, right? And so, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you provided some value. If you like it, subscribe, like it, and you share with a friend. We'll go podcast out, release a website, and you could also follow us on Instagram at traders.corner. So, yeah, have a good one. Have a happy holidays. Merry Christmas to all those that celebrate. If you don't celebrate, happy holidays. Maybe you celebrate Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa to you as well. But yeah, have a good one.